If Photoshop is showing the unexpected end-of-file error, don't worry. In this video, I'll walk you through the most effective fixes step by step so you can get back to editing as quickly as possible. This issue can happen for a few different reasons, including damaged preferences, a corrupted PSD file, or broken application files, so we're going to cover each solution in the right order. If this tutorial helps you, please hit the like button and subscribe for more quick Photoshop fixes and software tutorials. Let's jump in. First, if Photoshop won't open at all, the best place to start is by resetting Photoshop preferences. This is the most common fix when the unexpected end-of-file error appears as soon as the app launches. To do this, close Photoshop completely if it is open. Then restart the app and immediately press and hold the Reset shortcut on your keyboard. On Windows, press Ctrl, Shift, and Alt at the same time. On Mac, press CMD, Option, and Shift together. Keep holding the keys as Photoshop starts. If the reset prompt appears, choose Yes to delete the current settings or preferences file. This forces Photoshop to rebuild a fresh preferences file, which often clears startup errors and corrupted settings. If the shortcut doesn't work, you can reset preferences manually. On Windows, open File Explorer and go to C Drive, then Users, then your username, then App Data, then Roaming, then Adobe Photoshop 2026, and finally the Adobe Photoshop 2026 Settings folder. Once you find that folder, rename it or move it out of the way so Photoshop can create a new one the next time it opens. This is a great backup method if the keyboard shortcut fails. Now, if Photoshop opens fine but only a specific PSD file is giving you the unexpected end-of-file error, then the problem is probably the file itself rather than Photoshop. In that case, the next step is to try opening the file in another app. You can use Adobe Illustrator, Corel Paint, or even a free program like Krita. If the file opens successfully somewhere else, that is a good sign that the project is still recoverable. Once it opens, try exporting or saving it again as a new PSD, PNG, or a flattened JPEG file. After that, go back into Photoshop and open the newly saved version. In many cases, this simple resave process fixes the corrupted file issue. If you are using Creative Cloud, there is another helpful option to check. Right-click the file in Photoshop and look for version history. If available, you may be able to restore a more recent version that was not corrupted. This is especially useful if the file was working before and suddenly stopped opening after a crash or incomplete save. If none of those fixes work, the next solution is to reinstall Photoshop. This is usually the best step when the error keeps happening even after resetting preferences and trying other files. To reinstall, open the Adobe Creative Cloud desktop app. Go to Apps, then Installed Apps. Find Photoshop in the list, click the three dots next to it, and choose Uninstall. Wait for the removal to finish, then click Install to get a clean copy of the software. A fresh install can repair damaged program files that may be causing the error. After reinstalling, restart your computer and try opening Photoshop again. In many cases, one of these three fixes will solve the unexpected end-of-file problem completely. So to quickly recap, first reset Photoshop preferences, then test the file itself in another app if only one PSD is affected, and finally reinstall Photoshop if the problem continues. That order gives you the best chance of fixing the issue without losing time. If this video helped you out, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want more Photoshop troubleshooting guides just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.